Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Hindy, the Android Authority app guy. We're in April now, which means it's time for us to take a look back at the best applications released in March of 2014. First up on our list this month is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It was released by Gameloft as sort of the official mobile game for the movie. The gameplay falls into the category of action-adventure, and the graphics are comic book style, which helps add to the atmosphere of the game. You control SHIELD teams to take down the big bad guys, and it's free to try for a couple of levels and a $2.99 purchase after that. It's a fun little action game and definitely worth at least a try if you're into Marvel stuff. Most launchers in the Google Play Store have a lot of features and can get rather complicated. Crescendo Launcher has none of these things. What Crescendo offers is a simplified Android experience, and this can be great for a lot of people, particularly those who are finally upgrading from a feature phone or those of the senior citizen demographic. It's very minimal and extremely easy to navigate the interface. Some might say too easy, but that's kind of the point. It's free in the Google Play Store to try out. The first series of Cut the Rope games are a favorite in the Google Play Store. They all have millions of downloads and pretty decent ratings. So far, Cut the Rope 2 continues that proud tradition as it inches toward the million download mark and rocks a 4.5 rating in the Google Play Store. The game has fresh gameplay elements along with the classic ones, as well as new characters and new levels. People have complained about the in-app purchases and the full video advertisements, but it appears as though the people who enjoy the game outnumber the people who do not enjoy it, so that's something to take into consideration. Oh, and it's free. If you're more into some 2D platformers, Deadlings is a pretty decent game. It features a bunch of cartoony characters in a game that goes out of its way to not take itself too seriously. It features over 100 levels, 2 game modes, 4 playable characters, and a fun and goofy storyline. It's free to play with in-app purchases. Word is the in-app purchases are only a minor annoyance, so that's some good news. If you like platformers, it's definitely worth checking this one out. Link Bubble is a unique browser that does only one thing. It opens links in the background. The premise is you no longer have to sit and stare at a blank browser screen while it opens the link, and it'll either pop up when it's done or you can set it to stay in the background until you decide to bring it forward. There are other browsers that have kind of the same functionality, but Link Bubble generally does it more cleanly and with more minimalism, which makes it the preferable choice. It's free to try, but the free version is a tad bottlenecked, so the pro version for $4.99 is by far the more preferable choice. Even though Microsoft Office was officially released late last summer, they made the huge decision in March to make the app free to use for Android users. This means no more Office 365 subscription is needed, and you can just open it up and use it now. It does require a Microsoft account that automatically signs you up for a OneDrive account. That said, it is compatible with the desktop version of Microsoft Office, and it does have a fairly good design. With 7 GB of free cloud storage from OneDrive, it means Microsoft has a Google Drive competitor for reals. Google Drive is still better, but keep an eye out on Microsoft Office because it's starting to be a really good option. The only really bad part about it is that it isn't compatible with tablets. Milk Music is a very unique application. It was released by Samsung, so it's only compatible with their Galaxy lineup of devices, and it's only for US residents. Aside from those very debilitating issues, Milk Music is actually pretty good. It's powered by Slacker Radio, so it has a very good selection of music, and many tech pundits in the industry have favorably compared this service to others like Pandora. Even those who don't like Samsung and TouchWiz have begrudgingly admitted that the app isn't all that bad, so if you have a Samsung device, live in the US, and like streaming music, it's worth giving this app a try. It's free to download and free to use. If you're into listening to the news instead of music, the Newsbeat is a fun little app to try. It's a news aggregation service that looks up news you may be interested in, but instead of making you read it, the app will read the news to you. What's more interesting is that the news will be read to you in the manner of a radio show, which includes short jingles, sound effects, and the like that really sells the atmosphere, so it doesn't really feel like robots reading the news to you, although it's essentially just robots reading the news to you. It's a nice little app, and it's free to use in the Google Play Store. Quizup enjoyed the rare and beautiful event of being red hot on social media for about a week or so, and the result is that the app is currently everywhere. It's one of the most downloaded apps released this month, and we at Android Authority even did a Let's Play where Joshua Vergara and myself went head to head to see who would win. It's fun 90% of the time, and the other 10% of the time it's rage-inducing awfulness due to game glitches or the occasionally wrong answer to a question. The 90% is more than enough for me to recommend the app because it is free to play. We covered Smash Hit in our Indie App of the Day segment, and we're going to talk about it again because it's simply a gorgeous application. It is an endless runner style game where you throw balls at various glass objects to avoid getting hit. There are Google Play game services included if you're into that sort of thing. It's free to play, but you can buy the premium version for $1.99, which gives you the ability to save your progress if you so choose. Star Wars Assault Team was kind of a big deal when it was first announced. It's a Star Wars game made by LucasArts, and let's face it, if any company is going to make a Star Wars game, it might as well be LucasArts. The title is an enjoyable card game where you collect cards of your favorite Star Wars characters and then face up against popular villains from the series. You can level up the characters, engage in PvP battles, and enjoy some above-average mobile graphics. It's free to play with in-app purchases ranging from $4.99 to $100, and a big kudos to LucasArts for putting those prices right in the Google Play description so downloaders aren't blindsided. Threes is a little time waster where you must move tiles with numbers on them around and merge them with other tiles that have the same number. So you merge two 3s together and it turns into a 6, then you merge two 6s together and it turns into a 12, and so on and so forth. To be honest, it didn't seem like it was going to be a lot of fun, but this game was actually capable of swallowing surprising amounts of time and thus has justified its spot on this list. It's $1.99, which happens to be 33 1/3% off because puns are funny. If you have $2, then this is a decent app to spend it on. Last up this month is our wildcard pick, which is called Timehop. Timehop is sort of a social media aggregation service that lets you log into various social networks, and it tells you what you were doing, posting, and whatnot a year ago to the date. So if you check it on April 10th, it'll show you what you posted and did on April 10th of all prior years that you were on social media. It's an entertaining concept because reminiscing is fun, but there are some things that may chase people away. For instance, there is no Google Plus support, and if you have too many tweets on Twitter, you have to have the app access your archives, which is a little bit tedious. It's free though, so it's worth a shot if you're into this sort of thing. Once again, I'm Joe Hendy, the Android Authority app guy. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want to follow Android Authority, myself, or the rest of the video team, you can find our social media links in the video description below. If you want to see a couple of these applications more up close and personal, I have my reviews of Linkbubble and Newsbeat linked right over there if you want to check those out. Finally, don't forget to check out the written companion in the video description below because that's where all the download links are. As always, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.